The not so reasonably intelligent person that wants attention is going to go, oh, it's dangerous. It'll spin right out on you. Makes so much power, comes on boost, next thing you know, it's around backwards. What's up, guys? I am cleaning up my tools today because they're all beat up from years in Genius Garage. These are actually my personal tools. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about a fascinating phenomenon you guys are all familiar with in the car world. And that is people talking about cars that are dangerous, they're widowmakers, they're impossible to drive. Oh my gosh! What's up with that? Where do these reputations come from? Are they true? Why do people keep saying them? Well, I know the answer. Because I'm a Viper driver. I like to drive my Viper a lot. In fact, you guys may have seen it on VinWiki or Petrolicious. And it's funny, so many people like it and think it's cool, the car, and are into it, but the Viper, as well as the Porsche 930 Turbo from back in the 70s and 80s, have reputations for getting in wrecks. What's up with that? Are they bad cars? Are they hard to drive? And why do people keep talking about them? So the Viper, as you guys probably know, V10 engine, relatively lightweight, kind of like a Corvette, loads of torque, no traction control or ABS from back when. So what you're doing is you're giving somebody the ability to put themselves in a bad position. Now, that's not a fault of the car, that's a fault of the person driving it. They shouldn't be driving like that. Why are you driving outside of your talent level? Why are you putting yourself in a position where the car can't grip or save you? Well, it's because people get excited and they have no talent. They have no driving talent. Let's be frank. And they don't know how to make good judgment calls and they put themselves in bad positions. So is that the Viper's fault? Heck no. Is it the Porsche's fault? Heck no. Are they good cars? Yes. Is there anything about them that makes them more wreckable than others? No, except the driver. So let's say, how do Porsche 930s get wrecked back in the day? First of all, I am so tired of hearing stories from Porsche people or anything like, oh, wow, they like to say things like polar moment of inertia, because they once heard an engineer say that and it sounds good. And then they like to say it's rear engine. So what happens is you get something like trailing throttle oversteer. And they say things like this at a Porsche club get together to sound cool and talk about these grandiose, glorious stories of why the car is so dangerous. Which justifies them for either not owning it, or not driving it, or not being a very good driver. But the fact of the matter is, you suck at driving. There's nothing wrong with the car. Stop making stupid choices and blaming the car. People do it on cars all the time. I bet you guys have heard it. Name it. Name it. Comment below in the types of cars you hear people talking about. You know, if it's a Viper or Porsche 930 Turbo, you know, a reasonable human being would be like, wow, those are really cool sports cars. Hey, I bet they can be pretty fast. Neat. Wow, if I'm going to drive this, I'm going to use some modicum of common sense when I do this and not put myself in a bad position. That's a reasonably intelligent person, okay? The not so reasonably intelligent person that wants attention is going to go, oh, it's dangerous. It'll spin right out on you. Makes so much power, comes on boost, next thing you know, it's around backwards. Oh my gosh, that Viper torque, all I did is touch it. That thing got away from me, stepped out sideways, went left, right, center, over top of a building and smacked me on the behind. No, it didn't. You suck at driving. And we don't think you're cool for telling the world how much you suck at driving and ragging on a car. So stop making fun and ragging on perfectly good machinery because you can't drive. Why do people do this? They do it all the time. It's embarrassing. You know, honestly, the only thing good that can come from that, and I'll say, I hope everybody just says the Viper is the worst car in the world and a total widowmaker, so that you guys don't buy them. I don't want to see you driving it. I would rather see really cool young car people get to buy a car like that. It's too late for the Porsche 930 Turbo. You Porsche geeks already inflated the prices beyond belief, which is sad. So you can go to a club and go, oh, they're so difficult to drive. Look, I drive around at 2,500 RPMs maximum. I never get in trouble because I'm good at driving. No, you're not. No, you're not. You spent a lot of money to pretend you're cool. So I hope that doesn't happen to Vipers. So just think whatever you want. Yeah, it's a piece of junk. Oh, all the suspension's disastrous. Oh, the brakes are disastrous. Oh, the steering wheel and pedal controls are bad. It's impossible to control. You don't want one. Oh, maybe the prices won't go up and then real car guys can enjoy it. It's just sad. You know, and the truth be told is, heck yeah, Porsche 930 Turbos and Vipers, lots of them have been wrecked. Because there's lots of drivers that suck at driving. Happens everywhere. Why do you think Ferrari and Lamborghini, all their cars nowadays have paddle shifting and traction control and everything else? It's not just because it's faster. It's because they can sell the car to any idiot with a checkbook or has a high enough credit score. That's why. That's what killed the pure sports car. Idiots with money for money. So anyway, I'm just talking from the heart. I didn't plan this out. And you guys might want to disagree with me because I hurt your feelings. Because you're probably one of those people that go to a club and like to pretend you're cool, talking about how hard it is to drive a car. Well, if you're having a hard time driving the car, get some driving lessons. Or, you know, maybe don't drive so hard. I'm not the best motorcycle rider in the world, but I know what my limits are and I drive within them. Okay? I don't blame motorcyclists because they got 2 wheels and if I don't put the kickstand down, it falls over. I would blame myself for being an idiot and not putting the kickstand down. Come on. Anyway, whatever. Think whatever you want. The only downside to you people saying that like a Porsche 930 Turbo or a Viper is such a difficult car to drive is that you're probably going to hurt my insurance rates. Knock it off. Just stop sucking at driving. Ugh. Anyway, things can bite you. Plus a 930 Turbo and a Viper, they're not made to drive in the snow. No, you don't do that. There's no tires that wide that are reasonably well for making traction. And the other thing is, skinny tires push through water and snow really well. That's why an old-timey car from the 1920s is often better for doing something like Paris to Peking and fording through mud in Mongolia or something like that. You're not going to take a Ferrari F40 across the Mongolian wilderness. Are you crazy? And you're not going to drive these cars in the winter. And guess what? They're not going to do that great in the rain either. You could probably be faster than a Miata around the track in the rain because of the tires. That's how that works. So guys, don't fall down that road of like trying to make yourself sound cool because you beat up on something you don't understand just because other people do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Those people sound like idiots. Okay? Just be cool. Okay? And if you don't know something firsthand, don't act like you know it firsthand. Just be like, well, I've heard this. What do you think about that? Is there any merit to this? And then somebody intelligent probably can fill you in. Oh my goodness, what a rant, Casey. Did you provide any intelligence to the internet today? I don't know. Probably no worse or better than everybody else. So at least I hope you guys were entertained. That you will like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.